everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my whimsy. Today is a build episode because in the last episode, I wasn't happy that it wasn't it was a tiny home, but it wasn't a micro home, and I wasn't happy with that. And so, and I realized that I want to have all the skill benefits as well. So I decided to give it another go because I wanted to go the lazy route and just download a house. But then I figured, why don't I just build a house? I mean, it wasn't like as though that could be third time's a charm, but this is what I came up with. And now I'm going to go into the video so you can all see exactly what I did. Okay. So I started off with 81 tiles and I decided let me just clear the whole thing. So I bulldozed the whole lot and just tried to position it so I could see where what I was doing. Um, then I decided to add a preset wall, a preset room. So I figured the L-shaped room would be the easiest because that way I could have an idea as to how big I had wanted it. And while I was doing this, I was also checking up at the tiles to see how many tiles I had used. And as you can see, I saw it was 34 tiles, and no, I wanted to keep it at 32. So then I decided, let me see if I added like on a slant there was 36, and that was too much. So I cut it down a little, took off the excess walls and the excess rooms, and it became 31 tiles. So with that, I then proceeded to think about how my layout would be. So I figured if I'd make a bedroom, the bathroom, and then I'll have a room in the middle. And I decided let me add my doors to see if, so I have an idea as to where things are going. And then I thought about it, why don't I make like a fake outer room, like an indoor outdoor living space. So that was when I came up with the idea as I was putting the siding down that I was going to make the kitchen outside. I'm sorry for this little echo in the background, but that was just as I was trying to adjust the sound so that, because I wanted to cut out the sound area. Then I tried to see with the bed. I decided let me just use the Murphy bed, but to figure out where I was going to place the bed before I decide to place the room in one spot. Okay. Um, then I got a little sidetracked and decided to look at the walls and add color to the walls because I figured that would be my inspiration, where my inspiration would come from. I didn't do much to the tile, the floors. The floors are just wood floors throughout. And then I figured let me add the roof so I could see. Because that was where I was coming up with my idea for trying to see how I could work this kitchen. And then I realized, okay, I kind of do have, that's my living, that's my living quarters. So let me add some windows. Now this was a little tricky because I wanted it to be where you could see the outside, but it was so hard trying to pick windows that actually would go and fit within the style that I wanted because I was also trying to stick in the whole thing of having a suburban home as well. Okay, then as you can see, my inspiration started flowing. I started seeing it coming to life of my idea that I wanted, and I love that roof. It's just clean and it's nice and it looks good. Then this was another sidetrack thing of mine. I love having the wreath and I like the idea of the wreath being on there. I wanted some window boxes because I also remembered for this challenge you needed to make sure that it was that it's a house full of plants as well. Um, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have a little outside lighting as well to make it a porch area? And as you can see, I was more stuck on it having window plants outside. There we go. Then I ended up with this, and it actually was coming along quite nicely. Now, keep in mind, I was not paying attention to my money situation. Okay. Okay. Adding the bathroom was a little bit tricky because I had to also remember that I needed to make it that it was that there's a tub, and I forget how I added. Oh yes, now I do remember what I did. But I added the shower, and that's inside. Then I went back to the bed situation. So for the kids, because I have two kids, I have one as a child and one as a toddler, so I added the bunk bed, and then I needed to somehow incorporate a toddler bed in with it. So, okay. Then I decided to go about and add this toddler bed with it to see how it would go. I eventually found one that I thought would go cute. I wanted a rug because I just think it looks so nice. I added a little toy box. And I just realized something. I don't know what else I added in the room. I tried to add as much stuff as I could. I went back to my Murphy bed idea because I wanted the Murphy bed. And then I needed a door that would fit, that would go on the outside. So I just figured the door would match the same as the front door. And I, oh, yeah, I live in a very noisy place. So I apologize for that. I did try my best to drown out the sound, but unfortunately, I couldn't drown out the sound of the traffic outside. Um, once all of that is so, I got to add the the computer as well as it is. Oh my God, that is really loud. Somehow or the other, I would have to try to. Okay. Then I started working on the kitchen area. Okay. And I wanted it to just look as clean cut as possible. I did not want to forget a trash can. So I added that, as well as having a sink outside. And then with regards to the stove area, the only what I did decide to add was just there we go. We have a built-in oven and a countertop stove. Then I needed the table. That is added in. And I forgot that I have a baby, so I needed the high chair, and I put that back. And then I was thinking, okay, I'm almost complete. I had 9,000 simoleons, and so what I did was I decided I am going to add. Initially I thought maybe a greenhouse. This was where I was going. That was my goal. Then I realized halfway through that, you know what, I never even added. I needed to complete the room to add the roof, which is what I did. Then I decided no, that would be the area for the tub. But I needed to block off the tub. So the easiest way to do it was to get these, and I decided to trim off the wall so that somebody could at least walk in and go and use the tub. And I added the candles, the woodworking station, Then I realized I had to add the fabricator. So I put that in the corner. I changed the position of where the candles is. And then with going downstairs, it was to add a dumpster. And then I decided up front I needed a mailbox, which I forgot about. And as you can see, 31 tiles. I am so proud of myself for that. 31 tiles. I added the walkway, a sidewalk, and then the mailbox is on the side of that. And at the back, that was when I added the garden. I decided to add those in case I wanted to plant some herbs and stuff. And that was my house completed. I do think it's a beautiful build. I did upload it in case anybody wants to add it. But that is basically the house that I have. It's my micro starter home. Hopefully you all have enjoyed. Minus the fact of the noise that you hear during the video. I am so sorry for that. I apologize. But I guess I gotta work better on my sound with the outside elements and stuff. But please give this video a nice big thumbs up. If you have not done so, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm looking forward to continuing playing my Generation 1 family with this, their third micro home throughout the series. But I do look forward to working with it. Hopefully now Kylie's skills will increase and she'll actually be better. In the meantime, give this video a nice big thumbs up. If you have not done so already, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And I do look forward to seeing you for future episodes. Goodbye.